Hello and welcome everyone. In today's video, we are going to learn about how to make this kind of bowl within 5 minutes in Siemens NX. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let's get started with this particular video. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with a new part file. And basically, there are in total of 4 sketches which we are going to make in order to complete this particular design. So there is not much in sketching, okay, but this is more in technicality. Now here I'm going to create a sketch first of all on the base plane itself, and here I'm going to create a circle of diameter 50. So the first thing what I'm doing is I'm starting my sketch on the top plane and creating a circle here of diameter 50. Then I'm creating a line at an angle over here like this. Okay, now I don't want my line to touch all the way to the circle directly while creating itself, because that can result in improper, touching the circle. So here I'm going to create a smaller line. Then I'm going to extend it. Now I'm going to click on mirror, I'm going to select this line and I'm going to select center line as my y-axis. I'm going to create a mirror like this. Then I'm going to give an angle of 10 degree, that is 36 copies in 360 degrees. So if you divide 360 by 36, you will get the answer as 10. So that is what angle I want. Now I'm going to trim the extra part of the circle. Okay, I'm going to convert this to reference so that it doesn't disturb in future. Okay, so this is what I have created so far. A circle of diameter 50, 2 lines of 10 degrees, and extra part got trimmed and the lines are in construction. Now I'll click on finish, and this is the first sketch which I have created. Now to create a second sketch, first I'll press escape and then I'll choose the option called datum plane. Now once I select the option of datum plane, then I'm going to create a datum plane at a certain height. For example, here I want to create a datum plane at the height of 30. Now once my datum plane is ready, I'm going to click OK for the sketch or OK for the plane, and then I'm going to start a sketch on that datum plane. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a circle here, this time of diameter 100. So let's say you can decide whatever dimensions you want to, okay, after completing this video. And this video can be followed by any beginner, any advanced person, because it is, having all the sketches and everything included. So now I'm going to create a line from here to here and then from here to here, okay, and then I'm going to extend the line all the way to the circle, okay, like the way we did in the previous one. I'm going to use the trim tool, get rid of the extra part of the circle. Same thing, only thing is the diameter is 100. But here, all the geometries will be in reference, including the arc itself. Now, I'm going to create one new arc over here. Okay, and this particular arc will have a radius of, let's say, 5 mm. Okay, so this is what we have created here, and this is what we have created here. Now, once I'm done with my sketch, I can click on finish, and these 2 sketches are initially ready. Now, for the connection of the 2 sketches, I'm going to create a new sketch over here on the top plane itself. And that connection will be in a form of line. So here I'm going to create a line from this point to this point, and then a line from this point to this point. Now by using the line command, I can create one line at a time. If I'm using profile command, I have to create multiple lines at one go. Now if I click on finish, this is how the entire thing is going to look like. Now I can click on sketch. I can click on the side plane over here, and now I can create my sketch. So for example, over here, if I want to, create a sketch perfectly, I would rather use project command to project this particular curve, okay, in a form of line. If you want, you can even convert that projection to reference, because that will be of no use later on. Now here I'm creating an arc which is tangential to that projection, and here I'm creating an arc which is tangential to this set of lines. Okay. Now what I'm doing next is I'm making both the arcs equal to each other so that they both are of the same size, and here I'm defining the radius as 8. Now if you want, you can define a smaller or a bigger value for that particular arc. Now here I'm creating a line connecting the 2 arcs. You can also create any form of design you want to, but I just want to keep a simple line here. Okay, and here I'm making sure the line is tangential to both the arcs. Okay, and now I've successfully created a fully constrained geometry. I'll click on finish. Okay, and now I'll go to the curve tab and click on this option called combined projection. For combined projection, I have created few videos in which I have used combined projection rigorously. So what I will do is I will link that particular videos in the I button over here, so you can follow that video and you can go and watch combined projection in detail. Now in combined projection, the first curve which I'm going to select is this one, the curved one. In the second one, I'm going to choose the curve rule for single curve, and here I'm going to select one line. I'll click on apply, so you can see the connection is forming. In the second one, I'm going to just change the selection to this one, this line. And again, my curve is ready. So I'll hide the 2 sketches, and this is all the sketches which I have to create. Now I'll go to the surface tab and click on this option called through curve mesh. In through curve mesh, I'm going to select the curve rule to single curve, and in primary curve, I'm going to select the top arc. Then I'm going to click on the plus button, and then I'm going to select the bottom arc. Then here in cross curve, I can now select tangent curves, select the first side, click on add button and select the second side, and that will give me the proper result. Now once I'm having all the results here, I'm now going to hide all my datum planes and all my sketches. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the home tab, go to pattern geometry option. In pattern geometry, I'm going to select circular and the count will be 36 and the span will be 360. Okay. So I have already set the values here. So I'm going to select the geometry and the axis will be the Z axis. And this is how the pattern is going to look like. Now once the pattern is created, we know it is open from the bottom and I'll show you surely how to close it. Now before that, I'll go to the surface tab. Now when we are dealing with solid bodies, we click on unite, but when we are dealing with surface body, we click on sew. So I'll click on sew, I'll select one of the body here and then press Ctrl A to select the remaining. I'll click OK and this is how the sew is going to work. Now the technique which I'm using right now will work for any version of NX. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're using NX 7.5, you are using NX 8.5 or you are using NX 12 or you are using the latest version. Now I'll click on edge blend over here and choose this option called feature intersection. Okay, and set the radius to 2 and select the sew command itself so that all the edges which are created using the sew command will get a radius. So if you want, you can go for a smaller value, let's say 0.5 or 1 mm. Okay, so I'll go for a smaller value of 0.5 to make it to keep it slightly sharp itself. Okay, and then to pack the bottom, I can click on this option called bounded plane. And remember, if you are using a particular version where you can't see this set of commands over here, you can simply search those commands in the command box. Okay, for example, I want to search for bounded plane. So I'll just type bounded and it will show me bounded plane over here. So if I click on bounded plane, I just need to choose the curve rule for tangent curve and select one of the circle, one of the arc in the entire circle will get selected. And again, to combine them or to unite them, I'm going to sew them together. Now, once this particular part is completed, it's a surface geometry. And to convert this to a solid, I'm going to click on this option called thicken. I'm going to select body faces and I would recommend you to provide the offset value before you start the selection because this will save a lot of time. Now here I'm defining the offset value of let's say 1.2, selecting the body itself, and now it will show me how the offset is going to look like after the thickness of 1.2. You can either make the thickness go behind or you can make the thickness come in the front. Okay, so I would prefer my thickness to come in the front because that will increase the radius by 1.2 in the front. Okay, now once my design is ready, then I can hide my sewed surface. Okay, and then I can press Ctrl J to give this body a color. So for example, here I want to give it, let's say a medium carrot color kind of thing. Okay, a different color, normally what we do. Then I'm going to hide my datum plane. I'm going to click on the view tab here, activate perspective, activate shaded, and then studio. And that will give me a perfect result of how this particular thing is going to look like. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Have a great day ahead.